Alright, here we are for episode 3 of Average Jim's Cooking Show. So just trying to have some fun and cook some good food. So what we're doing tonight is a steak and spinach salad. I'm going to show you the ingredients here. We're going to start off with about a pound of steak. A little over a pound. You can use sirloin. This is flat iron. You can use flank steak. Got about 4 or 5 pieces of bacon. Salt, pepper, seasoning. Of course, we've got spinach, just bagged spinach. Cut up some red onion. Maybe half of a small red onion, about 3 to 4 large mushrooms, about 2 Roma tomatoes, some gorgonzola, and we're going to make a dressing later on. It's going to be basically oil. I use rice wine vinegar. That's a little sweeter. I like it. Honey, some brown mustard, and then of course a couple of hard-boiled eggs to garnish, and some gorgonzola cheese to garnish it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to lower these eggs into some boiling water I've got going, so we can do a hard-boiled egg. And the reason you kind of want to lower it in, if you drop it in too fast, it's going to crack the egg, and you'll end up having poached eggs. Usually takes about 10 minutes to hard-boil an egg, so you're just going to go ahead and let those go right in there. Then we're going to move over to our next pan. This one here, we're just going to put a little bit of oil in, and in will go our onions and our mushrooms. Now it looks like quite a bit, but that's going to cook down a lot, loses a lot of its moisture. So for about 4 people, that's enough. Then we're going to come back over our main pan here. We're not going to grease that up, and we're just going to start laying bacon out. I cut the strips in half, so that way they can fit in the pan a little bit easier. And then with this, the bacon not only is it going to go on the salad, but we're going to reserve some of the bacon grease to help make the dressing, and I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. So we'll just finish this stuff off here, and then we're going to come over, we're going to bring our meat over. I've got a broil pan right here ready to go, and we're just going to season that up. I'm just using just a regular steak seasoning, like a Montreal steak seasoning. You can use whatever you want. Usually I grill it, but we're going to put it in the broiler just to show that it can, you can do this year round. We've got our broiler ready to go, and it's about 5 minutes per side for a nice medium rare. So we're going to let everything start cooking, and then we'll check back. Okay, our bacon is looking pretty crispy right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bring that off and let that drain a little bit and cool down a little bit, because we're going to crumble that up to put that over top of the salad. I went ahead and flipped the steak over in the broiler. It's looking real good. So just a couple more minutes on that. So we're going to set that aside, and now we've got some of this bacon grease left over. We're just going to pour into our bowl here, just like that. Not too many little extra bits. Now our base for it is basically the bacon grease, and then we're going to pour in some vinegar. Just maybe a quarter cup. It feels about right. Again, no measurement. Some good old honey. Just give a little bit of that in there. Maybe a good tablespoon of honey. And then we're going to take some brown mustard, any kind you like. I'm going to give about 2 good teaspoons of that. And then we're just going to put just a little bit of water in. And we're going to mix that up pretty good. And that's going to start to come together. And that's going to be the basis for our dressing. Don't really want to add, any salt to it. We're going to get that from the bacon. There's plenty of salt in it. So there we go. There's our hot bacon mustard dressing. Alright, so we've got our meat done. I've got a plate prepped. Took one of the hard-boiled eggs. I cooled them down in an ice bath, which is just ice and water, so I could work with them. Quartered those, and we've got some of our meat here. We're just going to put this right on, a few slices right in the middle there. And then we're going to come over We've got our mushroom and onions. You see how much that cooked down? So we're just going to take a spoonful of that and pour that right over. A little bit more maybe. So we got that, and then time to take some of the crispy bacon. So it's cooled down a little bit. You just want to kind of rip that apart and crack it apart to top it off with. A little bit more. And again, this is going to add some of that saltiness. That's why I didn't really add much. Take a few of the Roma tomatoes, just kind of sprinkle those around. And then some crumbled gorgonzola cheese around with that, just right over the top. Then we're going to come in with a little bit of our bacon and mustard dressing, and we're just going to pour that all over it. Probably could have used a bigger spoon, but we'll get there. It's no big deal. So there we go. We've got our dressing all over everything there. Let's hit the eggs a little bit. So there you go. There's steak and spinach salad. Pretty. So there you go. That was steak and spinach salad. Pretty easy to make. A lot of just simple ingredients, simple cooking techniques. I really hope you enjoyed watching. We'll be back soon. Probably my next day off is coming up about 4 days, so we'll see what happens for episode 4. Hope you enjoyed watching. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.